Hi, I'm Jenna Fox. I'm so glad to be here today. Thanks for having me. I truly appreciate it. How are they saying it now recently? The artist, entrepreneur, or an entrepreneur artist? It is one of the terms that they've been loosely tossing around, and they're not quite sure where to place me yet. Um, but, you know, sort of the mogul of many trades. Now author, so excited. I've gotten some of my music out. I've been nominated this year for Recording Artist. I got my book out. Oh my goodness, so many things are happening out. We just finished up our year anniversary with the LGBT magazine. Cover girl work, more photography work ahead. I've done a lot of non-for-profit and a lot of sponsorship over the last year. With everything that I've been able to do, I've begun to already start to speak at some locations, and I'm very excited. The Curious Case of Jenna Fox. It's Jenna from your block, but poor, but rich inside. And not just a duality, but it has almost a triality to it. The meaning of the book had so many meanings. The Curious Case of Jenna Fox takes off of the odd case of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button when it comes to entertainment, and plays off of that sort of style that we look at. It's Jenna from your block. It'd be like, I'm really just the girl next door, or the person next door, in this case, and it plays off of Jenny from the block. But I'm just your average, ordinary chica, almost the girl next door. Poor but rich inside. This is kind of where some of them are starting to call me the poor celebrity, poorest but richest celebrity, because I give so much of my heart, but I don't make any money at what I do, so, well, pretty much. And that actually makes a lot of sense, because what this third part of the title means is, I grew up in a middle-class environment. And, I was homeless for a while and really had to lose it all. And even though a lot of times I struggled financially for so many years, I felt kind of poor financially. But I knew that I was always rich inside, because I was always giving that amount of love. At the same time, my birth name, Rich, that I'm still the same rich inside. I just my exterior might look a bit different, with other enhancements to my personality slightly. But I'm still pretty much the same person. So I'm very, very excited about the book. I'm so happy that it came out, and honored that you folks are having me here today. It truly means a lot. And I can't thank you enough for that opportunity to come and speak briefly, and just to be here and have this wonderful interview to share with the world, and knowing that hopefully I'm out there trying to make the world a little bit better place. Even if it's only a little grain of sand, I'm hoping that I'm heading in that direction of trying to pick up that metaphorical garbage off the street and put it into the trash can to hopefully slowly recycle some of what's going on in our society, and hope that it's bettering humanity in some way. That's really what my goal is all about. What's it about? Well, basically it's sort of an autobiography. It talks briefly about some of my early memoirs that I had. I've also worked with Kathe Perez, an international pathologist, a speech pathologist, and we included our first lesson and a first free download for an audio spectrum, allowing you to find your pitch and your tone, and help you with that, and to start getting you in the right direction. And her resources are in there as well. And speaking of that, I have many other resources that I've packed in here, but I've tried not to overwhelm it, because there's so much overwhelming information out there already on the web. I try to include just a few links and just a few places of reference. I also included, I'm already starting to get called to come to most of the conferences in the United States, and now already beginning to get asked to come overseas. So I'm so excited, not only be an international artist, but now to be able to be an international author and share those experiences with the other side of the world, and share it with the Western culture and some of the other culture that I'm very excited about having the opportunity to do. So it's a very exciting time to be able to offer that and to kind of help bring together what this is all about and what this book is about and why it's about this situation. And again, I just truly hope that it can, if I know that it can at least help one person, then I've done my job. A little bit more in depth about my book. Well, I wanted to leave it more of an abridged version. I have other extensions that come out, like you can reference an audio. It's like an hour and 22 minutes of audio interview that I had more in depth about, a little bit more about my marriage and some of where my life had gone in my past that I don't really cover extensively in this book. I would love to add like a part 2 someday, where even though I mentioned briefly the post, I am partly going through post, but some physicalities that I haven't been able to fix yet. Some of the cancers in my plumbing I haven't been able to quite tweak yet, will allow me to go more in depth in that post later on, and to go a little bit more into where the stardom has taken me, which is so exciting. Because right now I just mostly covered more earlier on of just the life of where I sort of came from. And then the next one is going to sort of span out more on covering more of that and more of like the stardom and where that's sort of been taking me, and sort of where my journey continues to help humanity in some way, and it's just going to be pretty exciting. And that's kind of where that progresses through. I'm excited about that question, because as you probably know, like many artists, when you're working on one project, you're already working on something else. And for me, I'm like, I already have all these little areas that are spinning off. I mean, I'm excited too, not only to see where the book has, and we've got other areas that sort of, if you want to go deeper into the whole of the book, that I've got other extensions. And speaking of that, we're going to be offering, my publisher will be offering pretty soon ebook versions, Nook versions, Kindle versions. All those conversions will be available through like Amazon and all the on Barnes & Noble online and those places will be allowed. And I've actually been talking to them. I've already had fans coming to me that have asked me and said, "Oh, Jen, you've done voiceover work, and are you going to read your book?" And they're getting very excited to see me do that. So I've asked my publisher, and they said, "Yeah, down the road we'd like to offer like an audio version." And when they do, I've been asked to read my book. So I'm very honored and excited to do that. Somebody else may do it, but at least at this point, we're very excited to see that possibly go in that direction as well. We've been working with some other co-writers, continuing the Jane Project to continue to bring production projects together that will continue to help, hopefully, humanity and continue to break that gender norm and the sexual norm, and keep continuing to fight the Stop the Gender and Sexual Violence campaign, to continue to help our community, to allow them to have a place where they can come and express ways of art. Because I've noticed that when I've worked in this industry, there's not a lot of outlets that are available. So that's why we started this film series, and we're trying to collaborate and allow for a lot of people to get involved, because I mean, the more we get involved, I think the more ideas that come into it that help bring amazing life and give more people opportunity and allow them to add to their resume and their portfolios to give them more experience to do those things. And there's not a lot of those places around to offer those. So we're trying to continue in that. We have other co-writers that also are continuing in the magazine, because again, it's another area and another medium that hasn't been explored as much, and we're trying to continue to help educate and help humanity in that way as well for that project. When it comes to my music career, I have gotten song after song after song sent to me, so I mean, I've got album after album lined up. So I'm going to definitely be busy working on that as well. I've got a lot of things happening in the music side of it. I'm talking with a lot of collaborators right now. I'm so excited that there's a lot of projects lined up. So, you know, you're only beginning to see Jenna Fox on where she's going and what she has to offer, at least while I'm still here. So I ain't going away. I've got a lot of exciting projects, and hopefully, and that I'll be able to have that opportunity to share a lot of those and bring a lot of those to life before anything, God forbid, or non-God forbid, help me that nothing happens to me physically, mentally, or in any other debilitating way that takes me away from allowing me to express that and help in some way for the humanity level of it, to continue to help in some way. So that is sort of some of the stuff that I've got lined up. Well, thank you again. I can't thank you folks enough for having me here for this interview. I'm truly honored and blessed. Thank you. It means so much to me having this opportunity. I'm glad that I could be here to share in this excitement and share this with everyone. And I'm so happy to see kind of where this is going to go. So many days ahead that we're excited, and I hope the fans and I hope the supporters will love it. And by all means, I encourage that anyone that picks up the book, come find me. I'll sign it. Absolutely, with no question. I'll be happy to do that, or share a cup of coffee, or just sit and talk about it and have a conversation about it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, don't be afraid to contact me, and I would truly enjoy to just have a few minutes to share your stories. And I'd always be happy to as well continue to have you, you know, I've had other fans interested in sending in letters or express ideas on working on it. So there's, again, another possible project. So I hope so. And thank you all, you folks, so much for everything. And because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be standing here right now. Well, part of it I would, but I wouldn't because of certain situations that I've been through. So I can't thank you enough, though, for being there. And it just means the world to me. And you all mean the world to me, and I can't thank you enough for all that. You know, I have my hard days, and I have my harder days, and then I have my pleasant and, you know, my good days that I so look forward to. And I hope that the good days will outweigh the bad days more often. So thank you all again. I love you all. Ciao.